Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time, the time that you can't wait for. It's time for the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. That's right. Good news, bad news, and other shit. Tweedle.
Okay.
Everybody, welcome to the news, good news, bad news, and other shit. The part of Pax Stereo TV, where we get into topical discussions. You know, we had to rein this in because we could always spend every morning going over politics and the ongoing election issues. You can't help but talk about it. Vic and I already alluded to in the monologue segment the whole issue about the debate that's coming up and whether or not anybody really feels like going through another one of those. More ratings than the Super Bowl.
Yep.
But I have another issue that I think is, equally important, you guys. Because a lot of folks, especially here in the black community, where the effects of Donald Trump's words are felt so strongly that people are extremely opinionated and extremely caught up in this political debate. And Michelle Obama herself upped the ante when she said voting as an indie is casting a vote for Trump. I disagree with her 1,000% with that. But that's what we're going to be talking about today. Should we vote for Hillary Clinton to block Donald Trump? Okay, is casting an indie vote giving Trump support indirectly, and should you care, and should that be part of your logic for voting? Well, it's really an interesting thing. First of all, should we vote for Hillary to block Trump? Well, interesting enough, like I said, the Pax Stereo staff, my own family, deeply split. Deeply. That's why I tell everybody you gotta be careful with these it's a great time to practice getting along. Because I can guarantee you somebody you love has the exact opposite opinion of you. Somebody you love. You might be sleeping with them.
Oh, that's Jack. That's wrong.
Okay. And they have the exact opposite opinion of you. And a lot of folks feel this. My mom goes, well, if you vote for an indie, that's going to make it so that Trump can win. Amazed. And I don't know, you guys. I don't agree with this. First of all, the point I've been trying to make to everybody, the point that I think is so important, is that it's time for an end to the two-party system. That's my opinion. Right now, there's a couple of things I can guarantee you. The Republican Party is fractioned. It's split.
Understatement.
Okay, so we don't know what it is. So here's what's so interesting. So no matter who wins this election, you're going to have a battle within the Republican Party, which could easily be two parties and maybe three. Okay? No matter who wins, the Republican Party is going to have a split. Now, let me tell you something else. The Democrats are not immune. Hillary Clinton's a very polarizing figure for a lot of people. For people like me, because of her corporate connections.
Right.
Even though there's no way I would ever support Donald Trump with his ridiculous stances, there's a bunch of criticisms he makes of Hillary that are right on point. That are right on point. And if you don't believe it, you should at least know that's what other people don't like about her. Right? Let me just say that. Right. So if you're a Hillary Clinton supporter, okay, and most of the people who support her don't know her record to me, because if they did, they probably wouldn't support her. Okay? They're supporting her for other things.
Right.
Okay, not her voting record. Okay? But if you're a Hillary Clinton supporter, you should at least know what other people don't like about her. Okay, or why we don't want to vote for her. I cannot vote for Hillary Clinton because, to me, that's a vote for corporate America. It's for Wall Street. It's as corporate as you could vote. And out of a clear conscience, I will never again vote for anyone who is that, ever. So Hillary Clinton is that, I'm not voting for her. Okay?
Right.
Now, if the repercussions is that causes Donald Trump to do better, then that's something I feel like I have to live for.
Right.
Because to me, this is a matter of my own integrity. I'm not going to vote for somebody that I detest to that degree, period.
Right.
Under no circumstances, whether it's Donald Trump or not. And by the way, my opinion of all of that with Hillary is that look who she has to beat. She's having a hard time beating this asshole. That shows you how weak she is. She's running against the worst candidate that I've ever seen in my life, and she's ahead by 9 points. She's running against Satan.
Oh, no, there it goes. There it goes.
Okay, all right, not Satan. I'm just saying, but Donald Trump is doing everything he can to embody so many negatives. But here's the thing. It's amazing to watch the same media people, the same government people who always are acting against the interests of people of color in this country now have their interests pointed at Donald Trump.
Right.
So I tell people, the media sure is biased, just like it's always biased for black folks, Latinos, and gays. It's always biased. Women, it's biased. Okay? So now it's biased against Trump, and you get to see how bad. To me, it's really biased. Every news report. Now, people say, well, you earned that.
Right.
Well, I say, well, that's part of the thing. I'm not a Trump supporter. He's such an idiot. It's beyond discussion to me to even discuss him. We're here to discuss Hillary.
Right.
And whether or not voting for an indie is indirectly supporting Trump. People have said that to me, Vic. They go, what if Trump gets elected? I'm 60 years old.
Right.
I don't believe in avoiding the inevitable.
Right.
So if Trump was to be elected, so be it. Then
Right.
watch America respond. I told people, you understand, bad things have happened before. That's what propels a country forward. So I said, if Donald Trump was elected president, you'd have riots, civil unrest, and all of that, as unpleasant as it would be for you all, and people probably would die. But in every process that's of any importance in America, people have died. I just want you to understand. Name me a process of growth and change in America where people don't die. They always do die. So if Donald Trump was to be elected president, you would have civil unrest. You'd have and all of that would move America what way? Forward. After all the terrible time, ultimately you would move forward. That's what's happening right now with all the police reports, and everybody's all upset. Say, oh, no,
Right.
no. These are the pains that you feel when you move forward.
Okay.
It hurts. You deal with issues that are painful. So that's what moving forward feels like. So, is casting an indie vote giving Trump support? Data says indirectly yes, because he stands the most to gain by getting, in other words, his audience is sort of fixed. Okay?
That's right. Absolutely.
Hillary's been losing support. She hasn't had the support in the black community that she was anticipating.
True.
Ask people why.
Obvious. Corporate.
Like I said, remember I said
Special interest.
people don't trust her. I don't trust her either, or her husband either. Okay? So, she has the most to lose. That's true, but she's ahead now. It looks like she got all the electoral. So what do you do? Well, I suggest to me that you vote your conscience. I'm not voting for Hillary. I detest her for the most part. People say that's a strong word. Listen, to me, when you paint the wonderful face she does on one side, and she's admitted to that, and on the other side you a total sellout, then I have to use words like detest.
Right.
I have to
Right.
use words.
Right.
Because you're a sellout. You're a sellout, but you portray this image, and it's a lie. And it's amazing to me the people who don't see that.
Right.
Because her history's documented. Okay? To me, if you support her, you have to have a certain degree of amnesia or blindness.
Right.
Okay? But let's just say, I know I have family members, they see this other part of her.
Right.
My mother supports her.
Oh, of course. I understand.
She sees this part of her. See, I'm telling you, I can't fight with my mama. I did fight a little bit.
Man, you're not going to win.
Just a little bit.
Not
Because
gonna
you
win,
can't
man.
fight. How you going to fight with your mama?
First, there are certain words that echo her growing up that she could look at hearing from Trump. And so you guys know I believe in Trump. I think Trump is more corporate than Hillary.
Well, she hates him.
I'm just letting you know.
He is. Well,
he's
you know
more
what?
corporate than Hillary.
Hey, Vic, I can't even argue. His point is they corporate. He's available to the highest bidder.
Thank you.
That's why I tell people I don't want to spend time discussing Trump because that's too obvious.
Right.
But they both corporate. My point is, if you don't make a move away from the two-party system now, then when?
Right.
There's never been, as far as I know, this has been the best time to consider a change from the two-party system, which I think is a joke, because when you go investigate the two parties, you find that historically they agree on over 85, 90% of the financial issues every year. Both parties usually stay within 10 percentage points of each other. After a while, it looks like they are the same. They are the same. Are not different. Oh, no, they're not the same.
Right.
But on money, they're the same. But they're not the same. Because whether or not Republicans want to admit it, this was their doing. They've now become the party of bigotry.
Wow.
This is their doing.
Sure is.
This is your doing, Republicans. You could change this. It's the party of bigotry now. You bought it. You own it. It's yours. You're the party of bigots. So anybody who identifies themselves as Republican, they at least know, unless they're around just their own supporter friends, people are going to question whether or not they're a bigot just by supporting Trump. And believe me, Trump is the candidate of bigots, which shows you how many Americans are bigoted.
Yep.
It's just that they no longer dominate. When I was coming up, that was 80% of Americans. Now it's 40%. That's a hell of a lot of progress to me. That's a hell of a lot of progress. Now you got 40% bigots out there, and before it was 80%. When I was coming up, when we entered the civil rights movement, it was a different percentage. Okay? That's what's real than today. So I don't think you should care, or you can care and vote anyway. Vote. I think that you should vote for who you want to vote for. I don't think you should consider whether or not casting an indie vote gives Trump support. I don't think you should even consider that. I don't. And when Michelle Obama said that, I just absolutely dismissed it.
Right.
Yeah, I think what you should be thinking is whether or not it's time to bail from the Democratic Party. A bunch of us have. I have. I've been in Indy now for some time. Okay, I suggest you don't become let's get another party going. But I tell you what, after this election, you're going to definitely have something coming from the Republican side. They already cut their own throat, right?
You know what? This is one of those lessons where I just sat there and said, you guys can't help but to trip over your third foot when the sun is shining right at you. I can't. I'm just literally going, this is the greatest show on earth right now. It is. So, hey, like I said.
It is the greatest show. Some of us remember, the conspiracy folks say that Hillary, she's running against the worst candidate.
Right.
And she can barely beat him.
Yep.
What does that say about her?
Yep.
And people openly don't trust her, don't believe her. Okay, I'm one of those people. I don't trust anything she says or her husband.
Right.
Or any of the presidents, really, tell you the truth. I criticize the administration. People have known. I'm still have issues with the Deep Horizon and the president's handling of that. Oh. Has anybody in the Gulf got any money?
Oh my God! Don't.
Okay, see that's the president, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Mario Hemsley. Should we vote for Hillary to block Trump? Hell no. Hell no. Is casting an indie vote giving Trump support, and should you care? It may be, and you shouldn't care. Too bad.
Right.
If Trump wins, then let America deal with that, which will only move us forward.
Yeah.
Okay? Again, I'm Mario Hemsley. Passionate. I'm sorry, Mom. Remember, my family split. Some of my relatives going to disown me, but I love you. I love you. Don't be mad at me because I'm an indie. Don't be mad at me because I'm an indie. Don't be mad. All right.